various issues which decide what is development. First issue is why development is different from why we take it as an international. First point which comes under it is European colonization created many aspects of underdevelopment. You know, see the whole process of development, and many scholars say that the capitalist mode of development, जो पूंजीवादी व्यवस्था होती है किसी भी विकास की, that in that development model, underdevelopment is an outcome of development. Take this phrase very seriously. I am saying underdevelopment of an area or a region is an outcome of development of some other area. Getting my point? It means, think about European colonization. What happened at that time? European companies came to our country. They, started their business here. They started exporting our nation for raw materials, and they used to take all those raw materials to European nations in Britain, and they used to use those raw material to bring out machine-made products, and those machine-made products were sent to us, and we used to buy those products. Basically, for the sake of development of Britain, our country was exploited. If we wanted at that time to become and to opt a development model same as European nation, then surely it would have been a issue of rivalry, and which happened between European countries, and that's why we faced two world war, first world war, second world war, only because of business rivalry, because all those countries wanted to capture African nations, Asian nations, to exploit their market, right? So that's why you will find European colonization, the development model which was given by colonization became the definition of development. What is development? If we develop and if we are not following the criteria set up by those countries, European countries, then certainly we are lagging behind. This is what happens. Asian countries, traditional economy which are based on agriculture, economy which is based on rural economy, those economies are considered as backward economy. On the other hand, those economies who have robust service sector, whose primary sector has little input in GDP, those countries are considered as developed. So this thing you should understand, that how European colonization has created a new kind of understanding of development, right? Now second point is emergence of two blocks. आप लोग को बात तब मेरी सुनाई दे रही है ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
जहाँ समझ में ना आए वहाँ पे आप लोग बीच में पूछ सकते हैं, ठीक है? Now second point, that is emergence of two blocks. You see, if more people are waiting to be included, okay. Right. Emergence of two blocks. What do you understand by two blocks? Basically, we have two systems of economy. One is capitalist mode of development, and second is socialist mode of development. Now, these two different set of development led to emergence of two different blocks in the world, and we know about all about these two blocks. One block was led by United States of America, USA, and another block was led by Soviet Union. At that time, it was called Soviet Union. After that, I mean, Soviet Union disintegrated, and after disintegration, that country is called Russia. Right. So before that, it was Soviet Union, and Soviet Union was leading the second, block. So first block, which was led by USA, that block was supporter of capitalist mode of development, that is capitalism. And second block was socialist mode of development, that was socialism, and both economy is different from each other. Capitalist economy is based on open economy, where market forces are strong, price of product, type of product, supply, demand, all these things will be decided by market itself. This is, capitalism. You go to we are also a capitalist market. You go to the market, you demand for a market, demand for a product, and if that product is less in the market, you will find that the price of that product rise. No one can control that. Government cannot control that. Why? Because it is controlled by market forces. And what is market forces? That is relationship between demand and supply. On the other hand, and it is, based on capitalist economy is based on, open competition. If you have new product, if you have new idea, you come into the market, and if you have something new to sell, you may, gain in this market. Your product may get consumers. On the other hand, in socialist economy, they talk about closed economy. Closed economy means economy will not have any relationship with other countries, and they will be self-reliant. Everything will be produced within the country, and demand and supply, price, all these things will be controlled by the government. Thing is simple. Government was in view that in capitalist mode of development, profit is taken away by some capitalist class, and the common people are being exploited by this capitalist class. Therefore, price of a commodity and the demand and supply should be controlled by government, and it will be beneficial for common people. This is the whole concept of these two economy. And this started basically after First World War. In 1917, you people know that there was a Russian Revolution, where Lenin established a new form of government in Soviet Union, and it started a new kind of economy in Soviet Union. On the other hand, America was leading that bloc, and Britain, France, all those European countries were part of that, and they were supporter of capitalist economy. Now, what happened is that in the span of 25 to 30 years, we will find that Soviet Union became very developed. Just with the help of this controlled economy, they used to set target for 5 years, and they used to achieve that target. For next 5 years, they used to set another target. This is how they dealt with the economy. And by the 1940s, when Second World War was about to start, at that time, Soviet Union became a superpower, just like America. So I am not saying that Soviet Union, the economy, the kind of economy started by Soviet Union was good. Better than capitalism. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that in these 25 years, they rose to a great power. They rose and they started. Challenging the supremacy of United States of America. So in Second World War, I will not get into this whole war thing, but after Second World War started in 1939 and 1945. Second World War ended, and in that Second World War, we find that there was a rivalry between these two groups also. Russia wanted to impose the Russian Soviet Union's model of economics and governance, and on the other hand, United States of America wanted to impose their way of economy and governance. And as we know that this was the time when all countries, even including India, many Asian countries got independence. So both these blocks tried to influence these new independent countries. And India was also a new country at that time, and India at that time decided to not get into this rivalry, and it started a new kind of movement. That movement was called non-aligned movement. This is called Gut Nirpekshta Andolan. And Jawaharlal Nehru declared that no, he is not going to be part of Soviet Union or USA. We will have another kind of system, which is mixed economy. We adopted some, features of capitalism also, and we also kept control on some a sector, government control over some sector in India. So this is we will discuss it later on. But now my focus is on to how these two blocks were, having rivalry between them. And after Second World War, we find that one example, which will be very helpful to understand the rivalry, that was Germany. As we know that Germany was divided into two parts, that was East Germany and West Germany after Second World War. And the region was simple. Why this Germany was divided into two parts? Because when Second World War ended, Germany was controlled by the forces led by USA, Russia, and all these were, groups. One group was Russia, Britain, USA, another Germany, Japan, Italy. So when American forces and these Tirigut, these countries were called Tirigut, and so they control Germany. And when they control Germany, Russia, Soviet Union, and America started. Tried when both countries tried to implement their way of economy, their way of governance in this country. USA tried to impose capitalism and democracy. On the other hand, Soviet Union tried to impose socialism and communist way of governance. So it was decided to let the people of Germany decide what kind of economy and the kind of governance they want. And that's why it was decided that people of Germany will have a consensus, they will vote, and they will decide that which kind of economy they want. And till then, one part of the country will be controlled by Soviet Union and one part of the country will be controlled by America. This was the system developed for a time being, and East Germany was controlled by Soviet Union and West Germany was controlled by USA. And at that time, what happened that USA started putting a lot of money in West Germany. They started a new plan, which is called Marshall Plan. Marshall was a finance minister of USA at that time, and it was his idea that try to put more money, try to invest in West Germany, so that after 2-3 years, when people of Germany will decide their own fate, at that time we can see the difference between East Germany and West Germany, and it happened. West Germany became developed, and East Germany remained at underdeveloped. And this is the reason when the day came when they had to decide what kind of system they want. Obviously they chose capitalism, and we know the famous wall of Berlin was demolished, and East Germany and West Germany became one, and they picked capitalism, they picked democracy, and then Soviet Union got out of the whole business. So this is, and after that, in this coming 25, 20, 1980s till 1980s, in 20-30 years, the model of Soviet Union, the socialist way of development, was failed, and this was the reason why Soviet Union was disintegrated, and it is divided into 12 other countries. Uzbekistan, Ukraine, all these countries came out from Soviet Union. And Soviet Union, the major country, the main country of that Soviet Union is Russia, and Russia is now a more over a capitalist nation. So now, if we see today, that we find that there is only one mode of economy, that is capitalism. There is no any alternative. This is what we find, that after disintegration of Soviet Union, we don't have any option. We don't have any other option that which kind of economy we should adopt, because this is the only economy which is prevailing, and which prevailed after Second World War. And that's why even our country, which started with a mixed economy, now we have privatized all the things, and now we are very close to American economy. Even defense sector, which were used to be a government sector, purely government sector, now it is also privatized. Private company can now start their own businesses in defense sector also. Even foreign countries can come and establish their factories, and Indian companies also can start start defense manufacturing. So this is how development. The historical. I'm just trying to give you the historical background of this development. Now, third point is emergence of America. As I told you, that after the failure of Soviet Union, after the disintegration of Soviet Union, we have only one mode of economy and one way of governance, that is capitalism and democracy. So now America is leading whole world. Now the kind of economy, the kind of economic thought, the kind of economic system America may try to give to the world, all the countries adopt those things. Even we have no any other alternative. Now China has also become a new power, but Chinese model is a little bit different from capitalism, because Chinese model is very controlled kind of economy. But obviously, the whole the way of handling of economy is near to capitalism. So China is also a capitalist nation. As a system, as of now, there is only one system.